It's time for some Disney trivia and fun. Hi everyone, this is Herb from World of Walt, and I am coming to you live on Saturday morning, not from the Disney parks as I usually like to do, but instead from home for a fun trivia game. Plus, I've got a fun giveaway and something lots of folks have been asking about, which is a new t-shirt design, which I'm very happy to share with you. So looking forward to spending the next half hour or so with you. Should be a fun time. Patricia and Michelle, good morning to you. Thank you for joining me here on the live broadcast. Russ Reeves is in the house. Hi, Russ. How are you? Thanks for joining. Russ actually had a major role in planning today's t-shirt, which I'm very excited to share with you. So I'm glad that he could be here. So today I've got the usual wrath of Disney trivia questions, sometimes a little bit tricky. And I'm also looking forward to sharing with you a prize and the new shirt. So I appreciate everyone being here with me today. Aaron, hello to you, and good morning to you in Rhode Island. Jan is here, and Steve. Hi, everybody. So, as usual, I've got trivia questions for today because I can't be in the parks, and some other news to share with you as well. Patty in Boston, hello to you. And Liz, good morning, says favorite part of Saturday. Thank you so much. I appreciate your being here. So, as I often do, I like to start off with a question to figure out what's going on with you in your life. So, here's the first question for today. Let me get the poll up as well. And hopefully, Facebook will be acting nicely and the polls will work. You never know. Okay, so here's the question, here's the poll. And this is one where I'm just kind of interested in what your life is like, what things are looking like for you. Are you less likely to visit Disney World this year? So that's the poll question for this morning. Are you less likely to visit Disney World this year? Mary, good morning to you. Carla from Palm Bay, not too far away. And Terry from Raleigh, hope you're having a good Saturday morning. So I'm curious if you maybe have plans, if you typically visit Disney World in a normal year, do you think that you'll be less likely to come this year? Wayne said less likely, but still planning for September. Jessica said have a November trip, really hoping don't have to cancel. So I can see that some of the statistics are coming in. Looks like so far it's about a 50-50 split. So 50% of the folks are saying yes, it's a little less likely they might be coming this year, and 50% are saying no, they'll still plan to come if they were going to. Tanya, good morning to you in Michigan. Thanks for being here on the live stream. Hey, Patty said finally getting warm in Canton, Ohio. I'm glad to hear that spring is finally arriving up north. Kimberly says plans to join in August. Hope we'll be able to go. All right, yeah, looks like about a 50-50 split here. So almost precisely. So 50% of folks are saying yes, it's less likely they're going to visit Disney World this year, and about 50% are saying no. So I hope that the technology is working well for you and that the Facebook poll is showing up. If it's not showing up, someone had a tip before that there may be a little graph-like icon near the text area. So if you're not seeing the polls, go ahead and try that. You could also just try jumping out of the live broadcast and coming back in. Tracy said, still waiting for the 50th anniversary celebration. It will be very interesting to see what Disney plans to do regarding the 50th celebration of the Walt Disney World Resort, which is officially October 1st, 2021. There was talk that maybe the year of 2021 would be one of celebration, but now it may be that it starts in late 2021, so Disney can get caught up on all their projects and still have all the time they need to plan that size of a celebration. Okay, thanks for sharing your info with me. So here's the first trivia question, first real trivia question for today. And actually, it's a little bit of a tricky one, as some of my questions tend to be. Felicia said, son works there, love Disney, that's great. I hope that he is doing well. I know these are difficult times for cast members. I know a few. Jan said, we'll go in a heartbeat. But actually, I need to get back to the question. So when will Disney operated locations open at Disney Springs? So a little bit of a tricky question, as my trivia ones are wont to be. Is it May 20th? Is it May 27th? Or is it June 1st? So when will Disney operated locations open at Disney Springs? May 20th, May 27th, or June 1st? And so actually it's interesting that Disney Springs is not all going to open at once. Different places are going to open at different times. And the news about Disney operated locations actually hasn't been announced officially by Disney, but came out in a a interview with a member of the leadership of Disney Union. So is it May 20th? Is it May 27th or June 1st? So we're getting split answers here. About a third of the people are saying May 20th, 40% are saying May 27th, or May 27th, yeah, and about 25% are saying June 1st. Debbie is guessing June 1st. Ryan is saying May 27th. Gary says has reservations for December. Convinced it might be packed due to everyone rescheduling. That will be very interesting to see how that works out. So a lot of people's trips are getting pushed back and rescheduled. It's hard to say what it's going to look like. Sandy said had a cruise in April, canceled. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sad that the cruise lines are all parked, and it's probably going to be one of the last things that comes back up, according to Disney CEO Bob Chapek. All right, so what is the answer? When will Disney operated locations open at Disney Springs? The answer is actually May 27th. So interestingly, the process of reopening Disney Springs is coming in waves. The first wave is of a lot of non-Disney operated locations, and that is starting this coming Wednesday, May 20th. Locations like Wine Bar George and STK Orlando, the Steakhouse, Four Rivers Food Truck, which is oh so good, Joffrey's kiosks. Chicken Guy is going to be opening back up. Earl Sandwich, I highly recommend the holiday turkey sandwich. Blaze Pizza, Boathouse. Those are all going to be opening on the 20th. And then several restaurants operated by the Patina Group are going to be opening on May 22nd, a couple days later. So that would include Morimoto Asia and the Gelato Place. And then as the reports go, May 27th is when the Disney operated shops and restaurants are scheduled to open back up. Jason said changing a trip from September to be next July. Dee Dee said masks are required for cast members and guests. Yes, that is true. This experience of going back into the Disney Springs area is going to be different because there are going to be temperature checks, as I understand it, as well as a requirement to wear a mask. Paula says Earl of Sandwich is awesome. I agree. It's my favorite place. It often has a humongous line, at least in the past, but worth checking out. All right, so thanks for letting me know your thoughts. Tanya said May 27th is 50th birthday. Tanya, happy anniversary a little bit early. I hope you have a wonderful 50th. Kelly said saw that Disney-owned locations was opening on the 20th. So the report actually came out, I believe, from the website, The Hollywood Reporter. Originally, it was, I think, a couple of days later, and they found out that there was sort of a typo or a miscommunication. And the latest that we have is that May 27th is the opening day for the Disney-operated locations at Disney Springs. Okay, so up next, I'm actually very excited to share with you, and many people have been asking for this, the new t-shirt design. It's been a while since I've been able to come up with one, and this one, I got to say, I really love. Thanks to Russ Reeves, if he's still out there, who helped come up with some of the text, and to the nice people at TeePublic who helped come up with a design. So here it is. Home is where adventure is. So I like this shirt for lots of reasons. First off, I think the design is just a lot of fun. I think it sort of plays to our times, which a lot of people are staying home. If you are staying home, or even if you're not, home is often a place where adventure takes place. And I like the tie-in to Up, which is that there can be travel even when you like the comforts of home, or you take your home along with you, maybe if you have an RV or a house with a lot of balloons coming out of the top of it. So this is the shirt today that I am announcing. It is available now on the shop. You can check it out by going over to worldofwaltstore.com. It just so happens that TeePublic is having a humongous sale, 35% off. Diana said, yes, a t-shirt. Michelle says that looks great. So anxious to hear what people think about the t-shirt design. I'm really happy about it. And actually this design you can get on lots of different products, yes, including masks if you want. Debbie says loves the design. Gail loves the t-shirt. Donna says loves that and the mask. So I understand from the nice folks at TeePublic that sometimes their allocation of masks runs out each day, so they only have a certain amount of production that they know they can hit. So if you go to buy the shirt or the mask or any product imprinted with this design and it's out of stock, just check back the next day. I think that's especially true with masks. They're probably pretty good with the t-shirts. So you can find this design by going over to worldofwaltstore.com, and again you can get the design printed on t-shirts, on masks, on mugs, and lots of different things. Ginny says, love the design. Jackie says, new shirt looks awesome. Rachel says, it's cute, loves the colors. Me too. I think the designer did a really super job. So thanks to the nice folks at TeePublic and also to my good friend Russ who helped with the copywriting or the text on it. Ron says, t-shirt looks great. Amanda says, love it. Loves it. Loves buying from TeePublic. Yeah, TeePublic I think has done a really good job. They have great customer service. If there's a problem, they will work with you to fix it. I think they do a good job of communicating their delivery timelines. Leslie says, super cool design. Tammy says, great looking shirt. Okay, thanks everyone. Appreciate that. So thank you all for your encouragement, and sorry that this latest design took so long to come out. But I'm glad that it's here now, and again, you can head over to worldofwaltstore.com and check this design out, as well as all the other ones that have been released in the past. Okay, I'm also excited to share today's prize drawing with you. So as I have done during these broadcasts and lots of different broadcasts over the years, I am very excited to give a prize away to you, and the prize is a limited edition Magic of Honor trading pin. This Magic of Honor pin I picked up before the parks closed, and this one celebrates Pirates of the Caribbean. It's got a fun design, and you can get it by sending an email to me. Send that email to info@worldofwalt.com, and in the subject line of the email put the word Pirates. So send an email to info@worldofwalt.com, and in the subject line put the word Pirates. Go ahead and send that by Tuesday, May 19th. I'll pick out a lucky winner, and one lucky person will get this design. No need to put any text in the body. Although if you do want to say hi, I kind of enjoy reading those. It's fun. So here is the prize I'll be giving away. I'll give it away sometime next week. Helene said, just entered. Velvet says, very cool. So when you do send me the email, make sure that you're signed up for the weekly free World of Walt newsletter. If you're not already, it comes out on Monday mornings, and it's got a great recap of all the fun Disney news. All right, so let's move on to the next question. And this one also goes to some of the news that came out this week. So the Dapper Dans, one of my favorite groups at Disney, live performance, released a new song on the internet this week as part of Disney's Stay at Home series. What was the new song that the Dapper Dans released? Linda, hello to you. So was it When You Wish Upon a Star? Was it When I See an Elephant Fly? Or was it Grinning Ghosts? So the Dapper Dans, specifically the ones from California and Disneyland, released a new song this week. Now the Dapper Dans have released several songs in the past, but I'm talking about the ones that was released, the one that was released this week. If you haven't heard it, you can head over to worldofwalt.com, and on the homepage you'll find a link to the video. It's actually a lot of fun. It has some special effects. It's pretty cool. I actually found a few bits of trivia about Grinning Ghosts. Grinning Ghosts was composed by Disney employee Buddy Baker, and the lyrics were written by Exitensio. Exitensio is a Disney legend, and you can actually hear bits of this song. I think maybe I just gave away the answer. In the 2015 Disney Pixar film Inside Out. So what was the song? It was Grinning Ghost, and it looks like most everyone got that one right. 84% of the people got that one right. So Dapper Dans released Grinning Ghost sound video this week. In the past, they have done When You Wish Upon a Star, and they've also done When I See an Elephant Fly, so it was kind of fun to hear a new song coming out from that very talented group. Scott said it was awesome. Brenda guessed correctly, Grinning Ghost. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. Chrissy said, loved it, was very well done. I agree, it was a lot of fun. And it was a good reason for me to use my Leota picture here from the attraction. Very difficult to get a picture in the very dark haunted mansion, but fun to try. Camilla, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Sarah said, loved it, was favorite one so far. I think looks like they had some fun with it. They had some good special effects in there. Cheryl said, just ordered the t-shirt. Cheryl, thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. It's a great way to support the site, so thank you for that. All right, let's move over to the next question. This is a question about your preferences in getting to the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. So which do you prefer before your day of fun at the Magic Kingdom? Do you prefer to go on the ferry boat, or do you prefer to go on the monorail? Mike said Dapper Dans sounded great as always. Yes, they definitely did. A very talented group of gentlemen. Amy, hello to you. It is Amy's birthday today. Amy, I hope you are having a good day. I wish you a very happy birthday and a successful year ahead. So what's your preference? Do you prefer the ferry boat or do you prefer the monorail? Also interested, do you think you might change which one you take going forward? The monorail has the advantage of being air conditioned and enclosed, but in this new social distance, stay outside kind of world, maybe the ferry boat's going to have a bit of a comeback. Tony says ferry boat gives a better view of what's coming and builds the anticipation. That is a very good point. You do get a chance to see all the resort hotels on the monorail loop, as well as that Magic Kingdom coming closer and closer. Sarah said, didn't Disney want all to arrive via the boat? I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. So do you prefer the ferry boat or the monorail? So it looks like things are kind of split here. About a third of the people are saying ferry boat, and about two-thirds of the people are saying the monorail. Amy said, New World ferry boat will be safer with great views. That is an interesting point. It will be curious to see how people choose to get to the Magic Kingdom going forward. I enjoy them both, although to be honest with you, if I'm in a rush and if Disney is running the buses from the Ticket and Transportation Center of the Magic Kingdom, I find that's typically the fastest way. So Disney doesn't always do this, but if it's a busy day, or maybe there are some issues with one or the other form of transportation that most folks use, the ferry boat or the monorail, Disney will often have buses running. So you walk into the TTC, usually the monorail's right in front, and the ferry boat's off to the left. If Disney is running them, the buses will be off to the right. So quick tip. Lisa says monorail is quicker, boat is great at night. Jana voting for the ferry boat. So it looks like a third of the people are saying ferry boat. Looks like about two-thirds of the people are saying monorail. All right, thanks for sharing your thoughts with me. On to the next trivia question. Let me get it posted in the poll. There's another question about Disney finances, which are always very interesting about now. So Disney again borrowed money this week. How much more money did Disney borrow this week? Was it 11 billion? Was it 13 billion? Or was it 19 billion dollars? So Disney has borrowed this money. It will have payback periods going from 2026 to 2060. Hard to believe you can borrow money for 40 years, but I guess that is possible with large organizations like the Walt Disney Company. Analysts said that Disney is probably going to use this money that they're borrowing now to pay off current debt as it matures. So it's sort of like they're getting money now so they can pay off the money that they're going to be owing in the short term. Also interesting that an analyst from Moody's, which is a financial firm, Neil Begley, I think is how you say his name, said that he believes that Disney has the money and the access to money that they need to get through this difficult time, which is good. Interestingly enough, this is not the first time in recent memory that Disney has been borrowing money. A few weeks ago, they also borrowed a very large sum. But this week, how much did they borrow? Was it 11 billion? Was it 13 billion? Or was it 19 billion? Tammy said it was 11 billion. Mike says he's got a guess on this one. Missy's guessing 19. John is saying they didn't get the billions from him. They didn't get it from me either. That is a good point. Diane, Teresa, they're guessing 11. So we got sort of an even split. About 40% of the people are saying 11 billion. About 40% are saying 13 billion. 20% are saying 19 billion. So the answer was actually $11 billion. It's a lot of cash for sure. Disney also borrowed about $14 billion. Wrong stat. They borrowed many billions more. I can't remember how much a few weeks ago, and they've got about $14 billion on cash on hand. So Disney is doing their best as a very huge organization with lots of sharp pencil people to make sure they've got what they need to be able to continue on. So another $11 billion. Jackie said, wow, I agree. Mike said he's sure that Disney's credit rating is quite high. I think you're right. Disney has a tremendous trove of assets. They've got very smart management. They've been printing money for years and years. So they have been really doing a very good job. And I think that the financial markets understand that, and they know that the things will change in time. Jason, excellent point. That is a lot of Dole Whip. That is a lot of Dole Whip. Okay, let's move on to the next question. This one, let me get the poll up here. This was kind of a surprising one to me, actually. So here we go. How long did Toontown operate in the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World? So there is a Toontown at Disneyland, which is kind of fun. Similar sort of feel to the one that was at Walt Disney World. That one is still in operation today. And actually, that's where Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, I believe, is going to be opening a few years out in California. But the question here today, how long did Toontown operate in the Magic Kingdom? That did close a while back. I'm interested in how long was it in operation. So actually this section of the Magic Kingdom had a lot of different names. When it first opened up, it was called Mickey's Birthday Land. It then became Mickey's Starland. It was called Mickey's Toyland, and eventually it became Mickey's Toontown Fair. It was open in the Magic Kingdom for a lot longer than Disney had actually anticipated, if you believe the stories, which I do. It was originally going to be a temporary exhibit for Mickey's birthday, and it ended up hanging around for quite a while longer. So, how many years was it in operation? Sherry said, don't know, but Miss Toontown looks like about 50% of the folks are saying 15 years, 35% are saying 19 years, and 16% are saying 23 years. Barbie is saying it is time for the shameless plug. Barbie, you win the award today for prompting the shameless plug for the Pin of the Month Club. If you would like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Speech, Susan, hopefully I'm saying that name correctly, said Toontown was awesome and miss it. Leslie is guessing 15 years. Tammy is guessing 19 years. Let's take a look at the answer. The answer, actually, 23 years, if you can believe it. Mickey's Toontown in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World was open for 23 years. It opened up in 1988, again, as Mickey's Birthday Land for his birthday, and it was closed in 2011 to make way for the new Fantasyland expansion. So some elements of Toontown are gone. Some were sort of rethemed and baked into the Storybook Circus area, specifically the Barnstormer. 23 years. It's hard to believe that that land was around for that long. Cindy said 15 years and saw it in 1992. Diana said was never there when Toontown was around. Kathy is given the wow emoji. I think that's what that emoji is. Lori said it was surprising. You know, I thought so too. That was really a long time. Barb said, don't forget the t-shirts. I will have another reminder about the new t-shirt that just came out today. I'll share that with you all in just a minute. Beryl said, didn't seem like Toontown was around for that long. I agree. I was a little bit surprised by that. All right, so speaking of t-shirts, thanks to everyone for asking for a new design, and here we have one. If you'd like to check it out, you can go over to worldofwaltstore.com. This is a design that came to me from the nice folks at TeePublic, which is the company that fulfills the t-shirts, as well as my good friend Russ, who helped with the copywriting or coming up with the text. Home is where adventure is, sort of a play on words, sort of a play on the times that we live in, with people staying at home, but also tying into the fun of the Up movie and the adventure of traveling with all the fun of home. So this t-shirt actually happens to be on sale. It's 35% off. You can get the design on t-shirt and on a number of other things like mugs and pins, and yes, you can get it on a mask, which I might end up doing. I understand from the nice folks at TeePublic that masks may be a little bit hard to come by. They have a certain quota that they can produce each day, so if you want to have this design printed on something that TeePublic has run out of, just go back and check the next day. Jacqueline says, loves the design. Thank you, appreciate that. All right, let's move on. Oh yes, another reminder for the prize this week. So this week's prize is a limited edition Disney trading pin for the Magic of Honor series. This one celebrating Pirates of the Caribbean. If you would, Tim Peterson, Tim, the official unofficial marketing manager for the Pin of the Month Club. It is good to see you back. Thanks for joining me today. Says we need a Mask of the Month Club. You know, this is an idea whose time may have come. Debbie said just bought the shirt. Debbie, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. When you make these purchases, it helps keep the site up and running. So thank you for that. But for today's prize, I am giving away this limited edition pin. If you'd like to win it, you can send an email to me at info@worldofwalt.com, and in the subject line, put the word Pirates. Send that email to me before Tuesday, May 19th, and I will enter you to win. You don't have to put anything in the body of the email, but if you want to say hi, that's fine. I always read those too. Mike says, am I going to be at the opening of Disney Springs? I actually plan to be there, yes. So Wednesday it opens, Wednesday evening if all goes well, and I am very much planning to be there. And actually next Saturday I might be there as well. And I understand from a little birdie that today is Tim Peterson's birthday. Tim, happy birthday to you. I hope you have a wonderful day and a great year ahead. Lou says, thanks for putting all the info back up. You're welcome. I know sometimes that goes by pretty fast, so I'm trying to remember to get the info out more than once. Jackie says, happy birthday, Tim Peterson. Tim is a long-time attendee and, as I like to say, the official unofficial marketing manager of the Pin of the Month Club. He's often the one to get the plug in, and Tim, thank you for that. Audrey says, likes the pin. Paul says, can I have 2 Pin of the Month Club subscriptions come to the same house? Have 2 kids. Yes, you can do that. Normally, the best way to do it is to sign up each subscription with a different email address. So if you go to pinofthemonthclub.com, you can sign up, and the easiest way to have 2 different subscriptions is to have each one with a unique email address. If you do that and the subscriptions are for 2 different people in your family and you want them to get different pins, shoot a note to me after you sign up and I will make a note on your account and do my best not to send duplicates. A lot of people are wishing Tim happy birthday. Amy, Angel, Patty, happy birthday to you. John said it's a shameless plug, a shameless happy birthday for Tim. It is definitely. Tim, happy birthday. All right, on to our next question. Let me get the poll out here. Did I close out the previous one? Oops, some crazy scrolling going on. All right, here we go. When did the magic of Disney animation close? So you may remember the magic of Disney animation. A picture of it's here. It was actually one of the things I really enjoyed about Disney's Hollywood Studios way back in the day. It's a place where you could go see animators working on films that were in production. There was a presentation by Robin Williams and Walter Cronkite, if you remember them. Quite an interesting duo talking about how animation worked. Excuse me. And the magic of Disney animation closed to make way for some changes in the park. When did it close? Was it in 2009? Was it in 2015? Or was it in 2019? So interesting, when I was doing some research for today's presentation, a lot of films and portions of films were actually animated at the Magic of Disney Animation Studio, the actual working animation studio in that facility. So the ink and paint for The Little Mermaid took place at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I didn't know this one. The Be Our Guest sequence from Beauty and the Beast, very bold, fun sequence from that movie, was actually animated in Florida, as was the I Can't Wait to Be King sequence from The Lion King. The movies Mulan and Lilo and Stitch and Brother Bear, those were all animated in Florida at Disney's Hollywood Studios in the animation studio that was, at that time, a real working studio. But in time, sadly, the studio closed down. The animation studio and the Magic of Disney Animation attraction closed down. When did that happen? 2009, 2015, or 2019? Larry said it was a great attraction. Annette is guessing 2015, and Cynthia is as well. 2015 seems to be the most popular answer right now with almost 60%. So the answer actually is 2015, so good job to everyone who guessed that one right. Magic of Disney Animation closed in 2015. I found this picture from my photograph library. This used to be the sign on the entrance or exit, it was kind of both, to the animation gallery store that was at the end of that attraction. And you can see this drawing of Mickey Mouse at an animation board. They actually have an animation cell that they sold, a hand-painted animation cell, a commemorative one, that they sold early in the history of the park. I really enjoy that cell. Velvet said, never got to see the attraction. It was a lot of fun. Michelle said, loved it. Sherry said, why does Disney close attractions when they have so much land to build? It's a very interesting question. I think that I know that Disney does a lot of surveys. They know what's popular. They know what maybe isn't as popular as it once was. Some of this may have had to do with the fact that as a business, Disney decided to stop doing animation, having animators as employees in Florida. They relocated all that stuff back to California and centralized it, at least at that time, as if I understand right. So a lot of things go into their decisions on what to close. Sometimes it is a matter of space and utilities and traffic flow. Even though Disney has so much land, they still have a certain footprint to work within. Kathy said, so misses it. Me too. Diana said, learning a lot today. Thank you so much. Debbie says, wonder who they survey. So, as someone who is blessed to live close to the Disney parks, I have an opportunity to go there quite often. And many times I will see Disney, people who work for Disney research with their very chunky iPads, stopping occasional folks and asking them questions. Disney, of course, has lots of statistics on the number of people who go into each attraction. There are readers that count the number of people who go in. So Disney's got a lot of info on which they can pull. Mike says has to go. Okay, Mike, thanks for joining. Appreciate your being here for part of the broadcast. And another happy birthday to Tim. Okay, that was the question. So here's kind of a yes/no question. Let me get this one posted in the poll. I'm just kind of curious on your experiences. It's always fun for me to learn. So my question is, Helene said did the surveys. Yeah, I've done a number of them because I go to the parks quite a bit. So have you attended a not so scary Halloween party? So that's the next poll question for today. Have you attended a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party? Last year, these parties started in late August, and actually a lot of folks were kind of saying, oh my goodness, should we really be starting Halloween in August? But the parties were extremely popular, and this is a supply and demand sort of situation. There are only so many days in the year, and people who aren't actually going to be in Disney in October are still interested in Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So they've been starting them earlier each year, having more nights, and Halloween party, actually the parade I think is one of the best parts of it. One of the fun things about the party, and sometimes it's a difficult thing, as well as the Christmas party, is there is so much to see and do that you just simply can't do it all. You want to take in the rides when the lines are short. You want to see the special parades and fireworks and shows. There's special merchandise. There's special food. There's so much going on in these parties. You just can't really do it all. So you have to pick and choose. So interesting, looks like about a 50-50 split. Tim is saying hasn't been to Halloween yet, would like to do that. Michelle said do it when daughter was 2 and she is now 18. Sounds like you have a very long and fun history with a Halloween party. Patricia said loves the Halloween parade. Me too. I think it's a ton of fun. They really do a nice job. Ian said went once and it was a lot of fun. A group of 3 adults, and the parade was phenomenal. I agree. For me, the not so scary Halloween parade is one. I don't think that's the name of it actually, but the parade is one of the best things about the party. All right, so it looks like about a 50-50 split. So 50% of you have said yes, you have attended a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and about a 50% said no. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one was sort of interesting too. It's one of these things that I pass by all the time, but it's easy to miss. Let me get the poll up in Facebook. Thanks everyone for participating in the poll. Thanks for your comments too. It's always a lot of fun and a great encouragement for me to see all the interaction and to hear from everyone. So who sponsors the PeopleMover? So the PeopleMover, of course, the much beloved attraction in the Magic Kingdom and Tomorrowland, a great way to see what's happening all around the park. You get views into the hub, you get views into Tomorrowland, you get a sneak peek inside Space Mountain, and you get to see the City of Tomorrow, Progress City, the original map for the Epcot development. But who sponsors the PeopleMover? This is a little bit of a tricky question because well, all of these companies have some connection, at least to the history, but who actually sponsors it? I think they all do. So Ted says, loves the PeopleMover. Me too. Emus is guessing Alamo. Barbie is guessing Goodyear. Ron is guessing Goodyear as well. So I like to make my trivia questions a little bit tricky. The question is, who sponsors it today? There's actually a sign of the sponsor right when you go in, but it's pretty easy to miss. Stephanie said currently sponsored by the local fire department. Sarah said never knew it was sponsored. And Sarah, I know exactly what you mean because it's very easy to come and go on the PeopleMover and completely miss the sign that lists who the sponsor is. So we're saying about 12%, I'm seeing about 12% of the people are saying Ford, 52% of the people are saying Goodyear, and 34% are saying Alamo. Sue Ann was guessing General Electric. Corby is saying Goodyear was only for Disneyland. Ah, yes. So we got some very sharp folks here. So I'm actually going to switch over to the sign where you can see the sign at the entrance and the exit to the Tomorrow Transit Authority People Mover, and surprisingly, it is sponsored by Alamo Rent-A-Car. This is very easy to miss. I do believe that the one in Disneyland was sponsored by Goodyear, and I think Goodyear may have had a connection to some of the way that the attraction is built. The Ford Skyway, I believe, was the sponsor of the original People Mover technology at the 1964 and 1965 World's Fair, if I've got that right. Janice is saying this is a tricky question. Yes, it is. But it looks like the People Mover today, sponsored by Alamo. So a few of my connections there with Ford and Goodyear. I may have the stories mixed up a bit, but I do know for sure that today Alamo sponsors the People Mover. Beryl got it right. Good job, Beryl. Tony said, now hearing, this is Halloween. This is Halloween. I hear you. That song is going to get stuck. Yeah, Mary Ellen said the sign is tiny and easy to miss. It is, but now the next time you go on the People Mover, you'll know to look. So interesting time for car rental companies. And other unrelated news, Hertz this week said they have concerns about being able to be an ongoing concern, which says they don't know if they're going to be a business after all of this is done. I'm sure that Alamo is thinking similar thoughts. So whether or not Alamo will continue to sponsor the People Mover, we'll have to see. Jacqueline said, oh, well, still having fun. Jacqueline, thank you. I'm glad that that's the case. That's the whole idea here. So I'm glad that you're still enjoying the trivia. To be honest, if I didn't make up these questions, I wouldn't get them all right either. So it's all just about the fun of it. All right, let's move on to the next question, and let me get this one put up in the poll. This is an interesting one. So how does Disney create the look of mud on the Kilimanjaro Safari vehicles? So Kilimanjaro Safari, one of the e-ticket attractions at Disney's Animal Kingdom, where you get a chance to board a very bumpy safari vehicle and go all through the savannah, seeing all kinds of great animals, zebras and ones that I can't even pronounce, and elephants and flamingos, so many different animals to see, giraffes. It's a different experience each time. And on the attraction vehicles, which the picture that's up right now is actually not an attraction vehicle, but it has mud on it, and it's from Kilimanjaro Safari, so I thought, okay, we'll just go with it. The attraction vehicles are typically dirty, but how does that happen? How does that look come to pass? So is it that Disney embosses the metal? Is it that the vehicles are just naturally dirty because of the environment they go through? Or did Disney use spray-painted cement? Tammy is saying paint. Barbie is saying spray-painted cement. Ted said, you know what would be fun? Do a quiz with a line from songs past and present and guess the attraction. That is a great idea. Thank you so much for that. I might use that in future broadcasts. Angel's going with paint. Dawn said the mud isn't real, Dawn. You are right. And it looks like nearly everyone is getting this one right. Actually, Disney uses spray-painted cement, and upwards of 90% of the folks got that right. I thought it was interesting that Disney did this. I didn't really know how. And it's also interesting that the vehicles actually don't travel through the mud. They travel over cement. Now, it's very bumpy cement. So Disney had to make the vehicles look dirty, and they did that by spray painting colored cement. It was interesting for me to learn that there are two different types of attractions in the safari vehicles. There are GMC Top Kicks and Ford Super Duty trucks that were specially tricked out to make their way through the attraction. So this next one I think is kind of fun. This one, you're going to have to kind of go with me a little bit, but it is true. You just have to trust me on it here. And actually I've got proof, so I can show you too. All right, let me see if I can actually get the poll posted. All right, so here's the question. Where is the world's biggest hidden Mickey? Where is the world's biggest hidden Mickey? Is it in the Shanghai Disney Castle? Is it in Disney's Hollywood Studios? Or is it the Disney Solar Farm? Where is the world's biggest hidden Mickey? Dolores said, never thought about this, just thought it was mud. You know, me too. I didn't really think about it very much. The details fade into the background, and they just all become part of the overall experience. Jacqueline said, pixie dust is how they make it happen. No, this is a good answer. I like it. Susan is guessing Shanghai. Cheryl is saying the solar farm. So the question is, where is the world's biggest hidden Mickey? Is it in the Shanghai Disney Castle? You know, Disney promoted everything about Shanghai as being the biggest. Is it in Disney's Hollywood Studios, or is it the Disney Solar Farm? So I'm going based on research that I did. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Pedro, good morning to you from Texas. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Solar Farm is getting the bulk of the responses here with 64%. Only about 8% are saying the Shanghai Castle, and 28% are saying Disney's Hollywood Studios. Ema said you have to see it by drone or helicopter. This is true, and he may be onto the right answer. Lou said you can see it when you're flying in. Diana said going with the most unusual answer, the solar farm, and Brenda is guessing Disney's Hollywood Studios. So this one may freak you out. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to this photograph of the correct answer as I understand it. The biggest hidden Mickey in the world is actually built in to Disney's Hollywood Studios. So this is a picture I took from Google Maps, and hopefully you can see my mouse here. So this round shape represents Mickey's face. You can see his eyes here in the cement. You can see the entrance to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which forms his mouth. And way over here, Echo Lake, an entire lake, is his ear. So as best I understand it, this design of Disney's Hollywood Studios is made to look like Mickey Mouse. And isn't that amazing? Jason said, wow. And Cassie's saying, what? And I agree. This is an amazing little bit of trivia. Janice says this was sneaky. Yeah, it's very, I would say it's impossible to see this from the ground. And over the years, as the design and the layout of buildings and that sort of thing has moved around in Disney's Hollywood Studios, it's become a little bit harder to see. Looks like Mickey's got some kind of crazy eyebrows going on here. Gina says that is very cool. Stephanie said, oh, very cool. Leslie said, didn't know it. Yeah, so very fun. It was fun for me actually to grab this image from Google Maps. I had to do some rotating and zooming and all that sort of stuff in. But if you take a look at it, you really can see this round part of Mickey's face. You can see his ear as Echo Lake. You can see his eyes here. You can see his mouth at the entrance to the Chinese Theater. Kathy said, that's awesome. Donna said, very Disney. I agree. Scott is saying, where is the other ear? Which is an excellent question. Actually, things have changed over the years at Disney's Hollywood Studios. A lot of things have come and gone. In the earlier setup of this hidden Mickey, the other ear was a lot easier to pick out. But yeah, his ear looks maybe a little elongated or chewed off. But there it is. Chris said, that's crazy. Yeah, this is one of my favorite trivias. So this Disney's Hollywood Studios, courtesy of the nice folks at Google Maps. Susan said, wow, or very nice, and Missy said, wow. So most folks guessed Disney's Solar Farm, which was an excellent guess, which is also in a Mickey shape. But this one, Disney's Hollywood Studios, is the biggie. All right, so another reminder about the t-shirt that I announced today. Thanks to everyone for your patience, and also thanks for all the encouragement you have given me over the months to get into the t-shirt design business. This design is courtesy of the nice folks at TeePublic, plus my friend Russ, who helped come up with the saying. So home is where adventure is. I like that it's a play on the times that we're in with staying at home, but it also talks about travel and adventure as well as the importance of fun and the adventure that comes with being with your family. So you can get this by heading over to worldofwaltstore.com. The t-shirt shop actually has a 35% off sale for the next day or so. You can get the design on t-shirts as well as a lot of other things like mugs and pins and, yes, masks. The folks at TeePublic said that they only have a limited number of masks they can sell each day. So if you want to get it on a mask and you can't because they're sold out, go ahead and check it out the next day. Ryan said, got a t-shirt and a hoodie. Love the new design. Thank you for that, Ryan. I appreciate it. Deb says it's a nice tee. David says, likes the up theme. Thank you for that. Tammy says the shirt is pretty. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate the kind comments. I'm glad that you enjoy the design. I'm really thrilled with how this one turned out. So again, you can get this t-shirt 35% off for a limited time. I think only the next day or so. And you can head over to worldofwaltstore.com. Judy asked for the email again for the pin. So if you'd like to enter to win the prize today, you can send an email to me at info@worldofwalt.com, and in the subject put the word pirates. So I'll enter you to win the limited edition trading pin, and I will pick out a winner next week. All right, everyone. I appreciate you joining me today. As always, it was a lot of fun chatting with you. I've got this photo. It's a good old time memory of the universe of energy back when it was not being ripped down and transformed into the Guardians of the Galaxy coaster. Mary Ellen says, does it say World of Walt on it? Actually, this one does not. Some of my designs do and some don't, but this one doesn't. Steven said, thank you. See you next week. Thanks for Steven. Jessica says it was fun. Mike said, have a happy and healthy week. Thank you so much. Beryl said it was a fun day. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope that you and your family stay safe. Thank you to all the essential workers who are out there. And as things start to reopen up as they are here in Florida, I hope that you all stay safe. And I, again, thank you for joining me this Wednesday evening, give or take, 6, 7, 5 o'clock, not quite sure yet. I do hope to be over for the first day of the reopening at Disney Springs, and I will likely be there next Saturday. We'll see how things go. So next Saturday morning at 10, assuming that all goes well, I'll probably also be checking out Disney Springs. It'll be interesting to see what things are like on the first day, what the crowds are like, what the new procedures are like. And then I will probably be checking it out multiple times going forward. Kathy, thank you to you as well. Gina says, see you in Disney Springs. Ron, thank you for joining today. I hope you have a good weekend as well. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the Saturday broadcast. Thanks for the fun with me, and I hope you have a great weekend. And until next time, God bless.